Could Bitcoin reach the price of $100,000 this year? Are $500,000 or $1 million a possibility? Today in SERDNA Talks, we're going to talk about Bitcoin because this is one of those subjects that could have me talking for days and days because of its complexity. And today, we're just going to talk about some facts and show you what experts are saying. We already know that Bitcoin is Tesla's biggest investment, and the company may start taking Bitcoin as payments in the future. And as soon as the news became public, Bitcoin prices jumped upward 14% and ran above $44,000 per coin or Bitcoin. And despite the potential for Bitcoin to reach $100,000 in 2021, this year, JPMorgan said that it will be unsustainable at that level. The Bitcoin price could drop to zero or hit $500,000 according to a Bloomberg analyst. And now, investors and companies are paying close attention to Bitcoin. And throughout the history of Bitcoin, prices have never been this high. Today, it's currently above $30,000. And since Bitcoin price is hugely affected by its demand, its price has risen drastically, reaching an all-time high. As Bitcoin price is influenced by supply and demand, investors believe that when Bitcoin reaches the quantity of 21 million Bitcoins in circulation, its price will increase significantly. And since supply will no longer be available, of course, and as a result, pricing will increase as demand increases. It's just basic economics, supply and demand. The same applies to real estate. Bitcoin goes through a process called halving every 4 years, and with the halving of Bitcoin, fewer coins are created each year. The Bitcoin supply got further restricted when the third halving took place a year ago, or in May of 2020. And also, PayPal currently allows users to buy cryptocurrencies in their platform and pay for goods using cryptocurrencies as a form of payment. And there are also major companies investing a lot of money or enormous amount of money in Bitcoin. And MicroStrategy is one of them. And they own more than 100,000 Bitcoins. And after completing another purchase round, they spent approximately $489 million on 13,000 tokens or Bitcoins. We are approaching a point where Bitcoin supply will cease to exist in the near future. Keep in mind that the price of Bitcoin will only rise because increased demand. And experts believe that Bitcoin will reach $100,000, $500,000, or even $1 million very, very soon. But is that a possibility? Or it's just an exaggeration? Is it a pyramid scheme? Well, Bitcoin may eventually grow to $146,000 as gold competes with it, according to JPMorgan. Keep in mind that Bitcoin is an alternative currency, and as millennial investors prefer Bitcoin over traditional gold, they create more demand for it. The Bitcoin price could rise to $500,000 according to analysts, and apparently Bloomberg analyst Mike McGlone said that Bitcoin could reach $500,000 or it could fail. And Catherine Wood, who is the founder and CEO of ARK Invest, told Bloomberg that institutional demand for Bitcoin could push the price for Bitcoin to $500,000. And Catherine also pointed out that Bitcoin is the most popular currency of the crypto asset ecosystem. It's basically the equivalent of the dollar in a fiat currency. And Catherine suggested that Bitcoin could spike up to $500,000, $400,000 in the near future. So let me just refresh your mind. Since January 8th of 2021, Bitcoin price has risen drastically, reaching an all-time high of 41,941 thanks to a large investment from big companies. And currently, there are more than 18 million Bitcoins in circulation. Bitcoin price will increase by a large amount once 21 million Bitcoins are in circulation, due to the fact that there will be no longer any Bitcoin available for sale. And as a result of the halving in May of 2020, PayPal introduction of cryptocurrencies to its platform, and institutional investments, Bitcoin price is expected to rise to new highs. And the supply of Bitcoin is declining, and we are approaching the point where they will no longer be available. Bitcoin will only gain in value because of its increasing demand, which means its price will rise to infinity and beyond. And Bitcoin could reach $100,000 by the end of this year, according to Stock to Flow. And several financial analysts have suggested that Bitcoin could rise as high as $318,000 by the end of this year, including Citibank analyst Tom Fitzpatrick. And as gold competes with Bitcoin, JPMorgan predicted that Bitcoin could rise to $146,000 in the long term. In an interview with Bloomberg, ARK Invest CEO Catherine Wood said that Bitcoin could rise somewhere between $400,000 to $500,000 as institutional demand increases. So, after seeing all this, what do you think is going to happen? Do you really think that Bitcoin will be unreachable? Do you think it's going to be to infinity and beyond and will hit the $1 million mark? I think it could. What about you? If you have questions, remember to subscribe to SERDNA Talks and to share all my videos with your friends and family. I have to go. See you soon.